Welcome back to Blue Zone Homestead.
What I have decided to do to make this big cooking, preserving and fermenting vlog as 3 vlog series, because otherwise it would be far too long. So this vlog is gonna be about the jam. So the 2 different jam, the Victoria Plum and the Greengage. My next vlog is going to be about the ferment, so we're going to make sauerkraut and kimchi, and the 3rd vlog is gonna be all about how to make cabbage rolls and stuffed cabbage rolls and stuffed peppers. So I'm just having a break now, having a coffee, and we're going to wait for the dishwasher until it finishes. The jam, it's now still simmering, but it's nearly done, and I think we're good. Behind me the big pot, now it's nearly come up for the boil, so all good. So after the coffee and after we done the jam, we going to call it as a day in this vlog, and then the next vlog is gonna be about the ferments. Right, I think I've made the decision. I think I'm going to separate and I make it as a 2 different jam. So one's gonna be the red plum and cinnamon, and another one's gonna be the Greengage. And if you would like to experiment another day, we can make a few jar together, but I think I'm just going to stick to my original plan and make 2 separate jam. So while the first jam is cooking, we can prep, you know, for the other recipes, ingredients, and just see how far we go with our today's projects. Because I really want to enjoy it, and I don't want this to be like a hustle or a stressful experience, because this is what we really worked hard for. I'll just take these out. It's quite easy to separate them because they actually they look different really. So let's just weigh these. Victoria Plum first. I'm gonna do the Victoria Plum, the red plum jam and plum and cinnamon jam first. So we are it's nearly 2 kilograms there. A few more. That's 2 kilograms exactly. So that's 2. Perfect. And let's see what this is. Looks like we're gonna have 4 kilogram Victoria Plum to work with today. Exactly. So, right, perfect. So that's 4. You're gonna remember this. That's 4 kilogram as it is, and then the Greengage is, you're not gonna believe this, exactly 2 kilogram. So that worked out perfect so far. And now I'm just going to remove the stone. So we start with the Victoria Plum. And it's when they are ripe like this, they're really easy to, you know, take the stone out. When it's unripe, that's when it's a little bit harder, but this one should be, I'm trying to not to eat too much. I had so much yesterday, so, you know, just try to behave myself. And if I fancy some, I'll just pop outside later and get some for snack. But this way, you know, sometimes I've got some visitors in there, like maggots and stuff. But this year so far, been really good. I've hardly seen any bad one, so that's really good. Oh, this one I'm really tempting now because it's so nice and juicy. Yeah. So I'm just carry on doing this until it's all done. Then I bring you back and we talk about the rest of the ingredients and we put this up on stove and we're gonna make a lovely jam. Okay, I prepped the plum. So we have got just under 2 kilograms in each pot. I have to use 2 pots because I haven't got a big enough. And this is an enamel cast iron. I know it's really good making jams in this and it's not gonna stick that bad like if you put in another pan. So we've got 2 kilograms of Victoria plum and then we've got half a kilogram of sugar. I don't want to give more sugar. I know sugar preserves it, but I think it's just gonna be too sweet. This plum, it's so sweet as it is. I was thinking to put a kilogram each, but I'm just gonna start with half a kilogram. So 2 kilograms of plum, 500 grams of sugar, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon to each of these pots, and that pot can then go on a stove. Okay, so the Victoria plum jam is now on a stove. I have done destoned the Greengage. This can now go to this pot. It is 1.7 kilograms. 1.7 kilograms. So that can go in there. I'll wash this now. Don't need it. And I have just remembered something. So I've got 200 grams of granulated sugar in here, what I'm gonna put over here. But I'm gonna put another 300 grams of vanilla sugar. I am so glad I remembered that we've made this vanilla sugar. You know, when we've made the vanilla extract and this year, so when I strained the last year's one, I thought I'm gonna use these used vanilla beans, put them in some white granulated sugar, and honestly, this smells gorgeous. So we've just made vanilla sugar. This is sitting in here now for a couple of months, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's got the little bits of those black bits of the vanilla bean, and I think what I'm gonna do now, I'm just going to measure out 300 grams of this beautiful vanilla sugar, and I think that's just gonna make an extra amazing touch. So now we've got 1.7 kilograms of plum and 500 grams of mixed white granulated sugar and vanilla sugar, and this can go on a stove now. So what I'm now thinking to make the Victoria plum jam even more special, actually now I'm glad I didn't put much sugar in it, because there is nearly 4 kilograms of Victoria plum and we've only put 1 kilogram of granulated sugar. But what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add another 50 grams of this vanilla sugar to that jam, and I'm sure that's gonna make that jam taste even better. So
I'm sure I meant 500 grams there, friends.
try to dig out the vanilla beans. Okay. That's 500 there. And this one I'm just gonna bury in back to this sugar and let this sit in there for just a while longer until we need that sugar again. I am so glad I just remembered this, friends. Cannot wait to report the outcome of these gems now. So this one can go on stove, and let's go and have a look at Victoria Plum gem and put this sugar in it. Ooh, that is full. That is full, friends. That is really, really full. You know, I keep making the same mistake all the time, just to overfill in things. So I had to take some out, to be honest. I just took some out over here, and then we're gonna fill it back up as it cooks down. But for now, that is more than enough here. And we're going to add the vanilla sugar next. And I'm going to stir this in until it nicely combines. And this will cook down, and I will add back from this pot to here. And should be all right. Okay, this is full. Okay. Victoria Plum is now simmering here now for a while. I wasn't paying attention again on the minutes really well, so I'm not sure. It's cooking down nicely, and slowly I'm adding back some. Let it cooperate nicely. Okay, so what I might do, you know, I might go into blitz this and put it back before we go into jar. That's the Greengage. It's coming a bit foamy, but such a nice vibrant yellow gem. This is gonna be so pretty. I've not put cinnamon to this one, only the vanilla sugar. So I'm very curious for what the taste's gonna be like in the end. You can take this scum off, you might do later. But what I'm tempting to do now, to blitz this. So it's not long now before we're gonna jar up, and it's about half an hour to 45 minutes before I know the jam is gonna be ready to jar up. I'll turn the dishwasher on. So I reuse these little jars and the lids every year. And I'm just going to put it on a rinse cycle. I think it takes about 40 minutes in my dishwasher. So fill this up. I'm not sure how many jars we need, but we started off with 6 kilograms of fruit, so I'm sure we're gonna have lots of jar of jam. Blitz this worked out really well. It's thickened the sauce and gave this lovely smooth texture for the whole jam. Looks like barbecue sauce at the moment. I'm going to add the remaining back as well. And when this comes back to boil, what is straight away, I'm just gonna wait maybe half an hour and we're going to jar it. So actually I'm gonna turn the dishwasher on in a sec. You don't have to blitz this jam, but I thought it's just, you know, save me a step, and then I really probably gonna enjoy the smooth texture a lot better than with a little bit of a fruit bits in it. I've done both in the past, and me and my family, we are prefer it this way. Beautiful. I'm going to use this big pot and we're going to water bath can our gem for 10 minutes. I have got this little tray what I'm gonna put on the bottom of this pot, so we don't want direct contact when you water bath can gems because the jars can crack. So I'm going to put all the jars on the top of this little tray, and then the jars need to be underwater for a good few inches. So I'm going to fill this up with a bit more water.
I have done exactly the same with the Greengage. I blitzed it and it worked out amazing. And the jam didn't set, so it's really a sauce what we've made again. But I think it's turned out perfect. Both thick sauce tastes, looks amazing. I am really happy with the end result, to be honest.
Wow, this is now nearly done. The dishwasher is nearly finished. And let's fill those jars. Let's just have a taste test before we fill those jars. You know, I'm not gonna be fussed about the setting point and have a test if the gem set, because I don't mind. The plum's genuinely quite good in pectin, so shouldn't be a problem to set. But if not, we're just gonna use it up as a sauce. Very sweet. It's lovely. Very sweet. Both very sweet, but both delicious. The jars just came out of the dishwasher. They are very hot, and this pot is real hot as well. So let's start to fill these jars with our beautiful red plum and cinnamon jam. I'm aiming for 1/4 of an inch of headspace. After we've done, we're going to wipe that rim, so make sure there's no particle on the rim. Then we put the lids on, and then I can hear the water behind me. I think it's very close to be boiling. And this, because it's got cinnamon and plum, you know, it's autumny and kind of like fall and Christmassy flavour. This can make a nice Christmas present as well. And we're going to process this for 10 minutes. And after we've done this, we'll see if we can fit all in one go. If not, we do another batch, and then we're gonna process the Greengage jam. I think we're gonna have so many jam. After we fill all these jars, I think I'm going to close it, because I don't think so we can fit more than this in a can. And then we're going to do another batch after this being processed. Okay, just leave this here for now. Let's wipe those rims. I've got this, just a little bit of dash of white vinegar in this plate. also put my finger in a vinegar and I just run through the jar, make sure there's no cracks on it. And anything else? Looks good. Now we can put the jars. It's finger tight. And then with the jar lifter, we're just going to put them in the water bath canner. And then we're gonna wait until it comes back to boil, and that's when we start our 10 minutes. Perfect. Okay. I am jarring up the Greengage jam now. I'm not sure if I haven't got enough jar, but we'll see how it goes. I'm loving the colour, by the way, this lovely deep yellow, like a little bit, you know, like mustardy. And the jam behind me in a pan, it's now nearly done, so I'm gonna take that out as soon as we fill these, and then we can swap, so that can come out, this can go in, and our 2 jam preservation is done. It is 4:15 now, so I'm a little bit behind on jobs. Okay, I might fill some of these little jars as well. It is the next day and most of our jars sealed. The reason I had some failure only on few jars because I reused the jars with these screw lids, and that's just expected. But let's have a taste test. I'm also making tea. I've got the kettle on behind us. So this yellow looking, this is the Greengage. And the other one is the red plum, the Victoria Plum. Let's try the Greengage first. So nice. It's not 100% set, but it's like a very thick sauce. The cinnamon makes it Christmassy. And the vanilla sugar we've used I can taste it come across. So nice. This is gonna be my go-to gems, I think. Wow. So this one is the red plum and cinnamon gem. We use the Victoria Plum and a Greengage gem. So, oh, so good. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today making these lovely gems. The next job we're going to do the stuffed peppers and cabbages, and that's gonna be a marathon day because I've decided to do the whole lot. So yeah, I think it's gonna make us a lot of freezer meal. But for now, bye friends!